When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale.
Hello guys, I'm here with Dean James and Tony Miles, his coach of Pakorn PK. Thanks to be here, Dean. Some quick questions about you and about your life of fighter.
Yeah.
And when you start to train?
I started training about 10 years ago in a gym in Wolverhampton with my coach I still got now, Tony Miles.
So your coach?
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Started training there, I stayed there, and you know, I can't fault the training, it's absolutely bang on.
And your first fight?
My first fight was around
Do you
about...
remember it?
Yeah, it was about...
Maybe he's remembered.
7 years ago, I think, my first fight.
Yeah. How was it good?
It was good, I won knockout in the first round.
Yeah.
With knees, and yeah, it was a really good start to my career. And then we went off to go and fight in Thailand, and I had my second fight in Thailand under full rules.
But it's good because Thailand is not an easy country to start to fight, you know.
It's good idea. It gives you a good perspective.
Yes,
on the
of
sport.
course. But Thai people start so when they are 10 years,
very
you
much
know. And how many times a week you train usually?
Generally, a fight come in 3 times a week. 3 times a week I travel over to train.
How many hours?
2 hours of training session.
And
what kind of training does he do?
Well, if it's not building up for a fight, it's working on technique and obviously some pad work, fitness, sparring, some clinch work. But it gets more intense and more frequent when there's a fight ready. So. You know, sometimes
do
early
something
mornings.
particular for his training before the fight, or it depends from the opponent?
It depends a little bit on the opponent, but we usually generally work very much on basics to start with. So polishing basics, making sure that each fight he takes a lesson from the fight before and tries to improve. So work on anything that we can see from the last fight to try and polish up for the next fight.
And one of your favorite fighter?
My favourite fighters.
Have you got one?
I've got a couple actually. Thailand Pinsinchai, who just started fighting again.
Yeah.
An absolute legend and a role model and an idol to me. And Nong B, who's really good footwork. Don't think he's fighting anymore.
No, I'm not sure, but he's good, very good fighter. Yeah. I'm not sure whether he's fighting now.
Very good footwork, blocks well, scores really well, rarely ever loses balance. That's the perfect fighter for me. And that's who I generally watch before I get into a room with anybody. I think just the basics of the base of everything.
Okay, and you're going to fight versus Rungravee Sasiprapa on the 8th March in Bolton. And what can you say about your opponent?
He's strong. We fought once before this time last year, and he beat me on points. I thought that, you know, he was very strong, very clever, which I don't think he gets enough credit for. I thought I did well in the first half of the fight. Second half of the fight, lost a little bit of focus, probably paid him a little bit too much respect, to be honest.
So you're going to prepare well for this fight?
Yes,
of course.
Yeah. I think what we did was expect him to, as he with other Europeans, attack all the time. So we trained a particular strategy, but actually he was very clever in the fight. He didn't attack. He played a very clever game, and he was waiting and counter-attacking. And it was a really good fight. Both boxers were sore at the end. He's got a very strong low kick, and
to watch
exciting.
an exclusive fight. So I'm sure about this.
Yeah.
And if you can choose another opponent for your fight, I mean not for the 8th of March, if you can choose one opponent, who would you like to face?
I'll go straight to the deep end and I'll take the best. And it doesn't make any sense to have 30 wins, 30 knockouts and fought nobody. I'd rather fight the best. Win, lose or draw, I don't really care. I'd rather jump in. and my choice would be Simon.
And why you decide to start fighting?
I didn't ever decide to start fighting. No, the fighting kind of fell into that by accident, to be honest. I was training after recovering from an illness and just enjoying training. And then I've been in the gym for 2 years. One of my best friends who used to fight for the gym, Wayne, he started fighting. And then I was kind of, well, you know, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. And then I thought I'd just go for one fight, just one fight. And then 20 fights later, I'm still here. So, yeah, I didn't realise I'd enjoy it as much as I did. And I think just testing your skills out and putting out what you've done in the gym, back in the ring, I think that's the most rewarding thing ever. So, you know, I can't say I've not won all of my fights. I've got a good fight record, but I can at least say that, you know, every time I've gone in there, I think that I've performed at my best level that I was then. So that's one thing that I'm really proud of, and that's kind of the buzz that keeps bringing me back to keep fighting every time.
And so you know him from long time, huh?
Yes, yes.
So what can you say about him? I mean, if you have to say something good and something bad.
He's well, one and the same thing really. He's a perfectionist, so he will work on very small details, and you give him something, he'll go away, work on it. But also he can be his own biggest self-critic, so you know that's both positive and negative.
Great. Okay, so we see you fight on the 8th March in Bolton, in Supershowdown Yokkao show, and see you, okay?
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
I move when my heart say move. Feels like a lion, got nothing to prove. Going as a hot damn mule. God in my corner, nigga can't lose. Try to beat me out my hot damn shoes. See how quick I drop up and get the bitches the blues. They gon' see you on a hot damn move. And I ain't leaving nothing. Mix me to the crime, not a print, not a hot damn groove. Beating these niggas down is what I came to do. And I ain't playing by a hot damn rule. Shaking you niggas down and you ain't paying your dues. We passing up your block and ooh. My screws ain't loose. Don't call my hand cause you gon' make me act a hot damn fool. Dead discussion. You will not win cause I will not lose. Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked, can't be shook. We high, and we'll rise. Can't get caught, can't no light, can't get started, can't get right. Turn down the music, turn up the light.
Yo! TNT! Tim Thomas!
Ciao a tutti, mi trovo al Muay Thai Gym a Northampton, qui si allena Tim Thomas che mi sta aspettando, per cui ancora
Jim, trained by John Graham. You know what we call him? The specialist, knockout specialist. The specialist.
Hi everyone, I'm here with Tim Thomas at Muay Thai Gym. Thanks to be here, Tim. Just some quick questions about you, your life as fighters. When you start to train?
Started training about 12 years ago.
Okay. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's quite a long time now. Same trainer all the way through, John Graham. He's been my instructor all the way through. So
for over 12 years, huh?
Yeah, 12 years.
Okay. And when was your first fight?
My first fight was in 2001, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an amateur fight. Won second round TKO. It was good. It's against a guy called Russ Kershaw from Leeds.
And how many times a week you train usually?
Usually now it's about 4 times a week, and then I'm in the gym anytime between 4 and 7 times. It's quite
What kind of training do you do usually?
In the gym?
Yeah.
In the gym, it's just mainly cardio.
Okay.
So all my running, do a little bit of weights, and then I love my sauna and steam room.
Okay.
And then I have my technical training and pad work in the classes, which I do 3 or 4 times a week now.
And do you do something particular before the fight?
No, because we train quite a high level all the way through. So there's no.
So you usually train for fights every.
I'm always ready for a fight. Like we'll step it up a little bit towards a fight, but we do train hard all the time. So there's not really much else that changes. Okay. The level goes up a little bit, but I don't really train in seasons like a lot of boxers do.
And how about your weight? Do you do a regular diet?
My diet's not ever been that great, but I've always managed to make weight. So yeah, I mean my diet's pretty good. You know, I don't really have a nutritionist as such, but
okay.
I know where my weight is. I've weighed myself every day now for the last 10 years, so I know exactly how much I weigh all the time. Yeah.
And why you start to train? Do you remember why you started? There's a reason that you became a fighter?
Yeah, it wasn't my reason, to be honest. I was just a bit of moral support for a friend who got beaten up. And then I came to the first lesson, really enjoyed it, brought a couple of mates for a couple of other lessons, and then they dropped off and I continued to do it.
Good. And how about the fight you're going to do the 8th March in Bolton? How about your opponent? What can you say about him?
Yeah, he's good. I've fought him before. It was on the K1 rules. Yeah, it was a good fight. Everything went perfect. The weight cut, the training, just on the day. You know, I wasn't my best. Nothing taken away from him. He's a good fighter and he beat me fair and square. But I think under Muay Thai rules, it'll be a little bit different, and hopefully I'll be able to bring back the win for this one.
Do you prefer to fight in K1 rules or Muay Thai rules?
I think when I first started, I preferred the K1, and then I enjoyed the Muay Thai more. I've had the opportunity to fight K1 again, but I think my heart lies with the Muay Thai now.
Good to hear. What do you love from Muay Thai? What do you like about it?
It's the range of you know, the range of movements and shots you can use. I think K1 is heavily based on aggression and hands, which both I'm good at, but I do prefer the technical side for the knees and the kicks and the movement and the clinch, obviously.
No. So thanks team, and see you the 8th March in Yokkao show in Bolton. See you. Bye. Come avete visto, ieri ho fatto leggermente un po' di chilometri, da Shildon, da Reece Mc Allister alla Phoenix Thai Boxing Gym, sono andata a Birmingham da Dean James e il suo coach, e poi a Northampton alla palestra di Tim Thomas. E che dire, i fighter inglesi non smettono mai di stupire, ognuno ha i suoi pregi e i suoi difetti, come avete visto dai video e dalle interviste. E ora mi sto recando invece a Londra, che ho un appuntamento all'ufficio del turismo thailandese e devo passare anche a ritirare i biglietti di Pakorn grazie allo sponsor Travel Agency, e poi passerò in palestra da Greg Wootton sempre a Londra, per cui un'altra giornata piena di impegni e appuntamenti. Stay tuned, bye!